Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Technology of Beauty, where I have the opportunity to interview the movers and the shakers of the beauty business. And today is no exception. Today we're going to interview Saranya Wyles. I just met her, and we're going to learn all about her. We're here at the Aesthetic Innovation Summit in San Diego, 2022. Thank you very much for joining us and for joining me on the Technology of Beauty.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a dermatologist at the Mayo Clinic. I also have a lab, and I study a lot of different aspects of skin aging, including a concept called cellular senescence.
Cellular senescence.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
So cellular senescence is like a type of cell fate, similar to when your cells divide and cells die, and like apoptosis. So it's like a cell fate. So what that means is they go into a zombie cell fate. So instead of dying like normal cells, they are in limbo. They kind of don't die off or don't replicate. So why does this happen, you may ask?
Yeah.
And it's because it's actually an evolutionarily conserved process. So in a lot of cells that get mutations, you want cells to go under senescence so that they can stop dividing. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but this actually happens with aging. So we get a lot of cells like fibroblasts, which make collagen, and melanocytes, which contribute to pigment. And when they undergo senescence, they actually increase the aging process and cause a lot of different signals that contribute to aging.
When you say contribute to aging, do you mean like, say, wrinkles or pigmentary changes, or what is aging in your sentence? What's that mean?
Yeah. So aging, from a systemic perspective, has been really well studied from a cell senescence concept. So there are different hallmarks of aging. So our cells, from a molecular perspective, can have telomere attrition or have mutations and change in that DNA structure. So aging, we constantly think about it from a chronological aging. How do we look like? How do the wrinkles present? How do the volume loss present? But I'm talking about the molecular aging, the biological clock.
Okay. So are you working with Rheon?
I am, yes. So Rheon Aesthetics.
Are you part of Rheon?
So I am a collaborator with Rheon. So I am the lead investigator and the principal investigator in our clinical studies. So a lot of the studies that we carry out at the Mayo Clinic Center for Aesthetic Medicine and Surgery are funded by our partners with Rheon.
So that means you're using exosomes, correct?
That's correct.
And how do the exosomes interact with these cells that are falling asleep?
Exactly. So they are doing a good job because they're actually helping clear these cells. So that's called, the process is called senolysis or senescence clearance. So you want to clear these cells so that your body can naturally regenerate again and contribute to holistic regeneration and healing and the innate repair mechanism. So the Rheon exosomes that we're using, or platelet-derived exosomes that we apply topically, are actually helping to reduce these factors of aging.
So they don't wake them up, they actually get rid of them. They
Correct.
Kick them out.
They kick them out. The immune system comes in and it clears them.
They say,
right
you're
out
out of here.
That's right.
You're sleeping, you're out of here.
That's right.
Then what stimulates new ones to come in their place?
So we can kind of think about them as a rotten apple. So a rotten apple spoiling the whole cart. So if you have a bad senescent cell, it's actually talking to the other healthy cells, and it's creating this negative environment. So if you clear them out, the other cells sort of wake up and say, I need to be making more collagen, I need to be making more elastin, and contribute to that healthy aging environment.
And tell me, how are you documenting this?
So there are great question, because that's a very debated topic. So I'm part of this NIH geroscience group, and we get together and talk about different markers of cell senescence. So markers like P16, INK4A, and P21 are different ways that we can quantify cell senescence. We can also look at senescence beta-gal staining. So basically the different ways, we call them like different shades of senescence. So, and you have to put them together to figure out.
Shades of senescence.
That's
wow,
right.
That's a mouthful. Okay,
right.
Keep going.
And so to get the idea of the full picture, we kind of look at these different parts of the puzzle, and then we can say this is how it's working together, and look at these different markers to better quantify that molecular aging.
These exosomes are applied topically, correct?
Correct.
Do you ever put them as an injectable, sub-Q, or intramuscular, or intradermal, or are they always applied on top of the skin?
Yeah, so we have a medical grade version of the exosome product that we can use for injectable application. And so that's some of the areas that we're exploring right now to be able to use them as biostimulators, potentially load exosomes with other deliverables as drug delivery area goes. So that's in our medical portfolio and really hoping to expand that over the next year.
Your concentration, though, if I understand this right, is in the dermatologic area.
Correct.
And the aesthetics for derm. And I've heard exosomes being used for all sorts of things, cardiac and so forth, other medical uses. That's not your emphasis, is that correct?
Correct, under my area of expertise, but we do work with a lot of other Mayo Clinic investigators and external investigators to explore this area because the root of the science actually came from cardiology. And when we're looking at patients with heart failure and how they responded to certain stem cell therapies, we actually found that the high responders had certain exosome portfolios, and what made them special was that they actually had these signals that were enhanced. So that's really where the idea stemmed from. So the cardiology has great potential for this technology.
Well, this is very, very exciting. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you liking the AIS? This must be your first AIS.
This is my first AIS. I'm loving this. This has been a great opportunity to meet with so many different people. I'm telling you, AIS is where early adopters are present, and you can really feel that energy here.
Yeah, well, great. Well, this is our third year. We did it in 18, 19, now 22. And it's great to have you. I hope you come back and join us next year. We'll be down in Miami. We always are the day before the start of the Aesthetic Society show, which is the American Society for Aesthetic Plastic Surgery. And that show's starting tomorrow. And we like to put the Technology of Beauty on AIS on the day before. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
See you around.
Yeah.
I want to learn more from you.
Absolutely.
Take
Thank
care.
you. Take care.